The deeper I look at myself, the more I realize I didn't know me. Peace and love, family. My name is Leon Wheeler Jr., and this is Master Making Motion, where I'm learning how to master myself, and I'm teaching it while I learn it. Today, I want to talk about knowing myself, knowing me, what that entails, what it's like, realizing that the hardest person I ever tried to get to know is myself. Unfortunately, I think most of my breakdown, most of my lack of understanding about myself was consciously and unconsciously crafted by outside sources. The unconscious source was, I think, the source that meant me the best, wanted the best for me, had my best interests at heart. And that's the first teacher that we all, for the most part, share, and that's our mother, my beloved mother. Very small stature, woman with a big heart, big spirit. And I'm almost sure that her, the madness to her method was to protect her son at all costs, her only son, her only boy. She, I'm sure, faced in the past, coming from down south years ago, years ago, when black lives didn't mean anything, you know, to string up a kid, dismantle a black boy, it meant nothing. And my mother wanted to protect me. So I believe, the sad thing is I can't even ask her today because of she has dementia. But she's still here, still strong, my hero. And I think that she was thought that it was best to somewhat balance me out, not to allow me to demonstrate the fierce spirit, the lion heart that I so gallantly demonstrated. I think she saw that and she said, well, my boy probably would have a short-lived life if I don't balance him out because he's going to test the waters in many regards. He's going to push 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 the button, cross the line. He's going to take chances that she couldn't see happening. Didn't want to lose her son. So I think she somewhat dummied me down out of fear. Out of fear that if I remained the warrior, the spirit that she knew resonated in me, that it would probably cost me dearly. So I think she purposely dummied me down. She did things to, I guess, she made sure that I wasn't afraid to walk the streets in my neighborhood, in my community, that I wasn't a chump. But she didn't want me to be as boisterous, as fierce as I think she knew I was. and that somewhat retarded my spirit. It broke me down. And she didn't have the wisdom, unfortunately, to teach me, or nor my father. They didn't have the wisdom, I don't believe, at the time, because of the way society was. Society was already stomping down on them. So they didn't know what to do. But they knew how to survive. So they taught me survival tactics, survival strategy. Not necessarily the winners or winning strategy. They didn't teach me how to cope with to balance out my emotions and my ego, to balance out my anger and my frustration. They didn't really teach me how to do that. They put a degree of fear in me, unfortunately, and I recognize that, and I live with that, and I've lived with that for years. I didn't realize that it was actually what it was until here lately. But I know now that there was always something inside of me that, for whatever reason, I would sabotage my progress. Things can be going good for me or whatever, or figuratively speaking, and out of fear, the fear that they put in me, the fear that was put in them by a system, a small number of people who concocted an inferior mindset on my people, on black people, people who looks like me, who looks like you. So, and I didn't know this. I didn't realize that I was actually operating from a form of fear, that I was not able to do the great work that I was created to be the warrior that I was created to be the revolutionary that I was created to be, because that fear kept me somewhat in check. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that I was afraid on some level, afraid of success, afraid to soar like an eagle. I didn't know that. Unfortunately, that created a war that was waged inside of me. Yeah. And I fought within. I fought within myself, wanting to soar, but at the same time, fear kept me stable, stabilized, kept me in check. I didn't know that. I didn't know that I was afraid. I was afraid to win. I didn't know how to win. And it's basically because I didn't know how to win, because I was never taught that. So I didn't know myself. I didn't know that I was operating from a disbalance. Even though it seemed like I was probably ahead of most, I was actually equal in a lot of regards. Because if you look at, I believe when we look at most of us, we are all extraordinary individuals with many, 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 many talents. But over and over and over, we seem to sabotage our blessings. We can have something and know it's good, but find a way to destroy it, to walk away from it, to lose it, to disregard it. A fear tactic. And I didn't know. I didn't know that I was fearful. I didn't know that. I thought I was a full-fledged warrior operating. But no, I know I wasn't. Out of ignorance, I didn't even know that I was afraid. I was afraid to soar. I was afraid to be the best individual that I can fathom. I really didn't even know how they looked. I really didn't have an idea what that was supposed to feel like. I didn't know. I didn't know myself. I didn't know me. I didn't know that I was operating from that level of understanding. You know. However, I carried myself. I flaunted myself as if I was more than I was. I recall while incarcerated, a teacher just dawned on me. A teacher that I had, uh, she told me something that really knocked the wind out of me when she told me. She said, if you were to operate half as much as you carry yourself, the way you present yourself, you'd be a bad individual. And I was offended by that because, I mean, wow, it was some heavy game. But the reality of the scenario was I didn't know how to fix that. I didn't know how to replace that lack of effort with the right passion to elevate, to soar higher, to be better, to do better. I didn't know how to do that, but I knew how to play my role. I knew how to stay the course, and I was cocky with it. But that didn't, and it would not, and it could not take me to the next level, the level that I deserve to be at, the level that I know is created for a warrior, spirit like mine, like yours. So I didn't know myself. And today I'm working diligently to change that, creating plans of action to combat any negative construct that I've had about myself and my ability to rise. I'm on it. I'm on it. Sitting with myself, understanding myself, evaluating myself. Yes, I've been saying I've been on the operating table for years, but I'm going to get off the table and I'm going to become the physician necessary to live my life appropriately as the warrior leader that I am and was created to be. This is master making emotion. This is me becoming the master in me. And if you're on a similar journey, I invite you. Walk with me, talk with me, grow with me. Let's become what we were destined to be, the greatest individuals we can possibly fathom in our imagination. By what? Simply being what we desire to see and be. So, be.